Is this the intro?
It's no intro.
Oh, but no, man. Elon Musk has been going pretty crazy right now, man. He's the hot topic, and so far, what he's been doing, dude, that guy's been. I feel like he's been trying to make a huge empire to, like, I don't know, somewhat fix. I don't want to say society, but like I don't know, because I feel like he could help with the guidelines of Twitter and stuff, because Twitter's on bullshit.
How could he help with the guidelines of Twitter?
Like he could. I'm for sure. I'm gonna call it out now. He's gonna unban Trump.
He already said it.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Right, look at that.
Then he wants
That's
Trump
gonna be
going
helpful.
again.
Yeah, man. That's a why would you? That's a voice right there. That's the freedom of speech we have right there.
Right.
You're banning him.
So what I got from that is Eric is pro-Trump, right?
Why do you
I'm
think
pro-
why they're censoring Trump?
I'm pro speech.
Pro-speech, all
Why do you
right.
think they're censoring Trump, the former president? Because you
I
saw
don't know,
his Nug Boys podcast.
He was saying facts though. If people were listening to that, he was spitting facts. Like he was talking, like he was saying that how this guy's running our president is really bad, and he's really worried. He actually sounds really worried. Even in the end of the video, like the last 5 seconds, he talked to all the Nug Boys in personal and private, and he said like we're under real serious danger right now. Like, we have this guy under.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it, but was it along the lines of like Ukraine?
It was, yeah. He was talking mostly about Ukraine.
You guys didn't get to watch it before it got deleted? I did.
It's on his website. I don't know if it's still
I
on the
think it's on
website.
the
I just happened
Yeah.
to see. Oh, it's on the website, but I just happened to see it on YouTube like right after it got posted. I was just chilling here and watched it.
I saw it, but I saw it on my page, on my YouTube page, but I didn't watch it. I was going to watch it, but they got taken down.
I didn't know it was going to get taken down.
I'm too lazy to like go on their website. I don't know.
Everything Trump is getting taken down. I don't know why.
So look, here's why. Okay, so there's people who believe that people that they disagree with, or that they say are promoting violence, right? And violence is becoming more subjective. Violence might not be physical actions. Violence can just be words now, but that's a whole other discussion. But people are saying that, okay, if this person disagrees with me, or if I think that they're promoting violence, that they should not have a platform, right? So the question is, all right, so if you can't understand it at a Trump level, expand it, right? Let's say someone like a Hitler or a Stalin were alive today, right? So okay, let's say Putin were on Twitter. I don't know if Putin's on Twitter, right? Should Putin be able to have a Twitter and post stuff saying that the war in Ukraine is good? Because Zelensky has a Twitter, right? I'm sure. I don't know. I haven't checked into that. I haven't seen if Putin or Zelensky has a Twitter. Someone might have to check that on their phone real quick. But sure. Check that real quick. But if let's say Hitler was doing exactly what he was doing in the 40s, but he was doing it today, and he had a social media account, should he be allowed to have a social media account?
Yeah, but what has Trump done that
Okay,
bad
no,
for him to get banned?
Forget about Trump for a second. Forget about Trump, right? You clearly, and I'm not saying this is good or bad, but clearly you don't think Trump has done anything that should, where his free speech and freedom of expression should be taken away from him, right?
Well, yeah.
But let's just focus on this for now. If Hitler were alive today and had killed millions of people, should he be able to have a Twitter?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay, so you do think there is a line?
Yeah, for sure.
There is a line.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's always a limit to things. There's always, you can't push something too far.
Okay. So.
That's.
Okay. So let's say this. Let's say someone Hitler-esque, right? It doesn't have to be Hitler.
Okay.
A Hitler-esque person, right, was on. Any update on if Zelensky or Putin has a Twitter?
So, Putin doesn't have a personal Twitter, but he has like there's a Twitter account called President of Russia, which is his.
Let me see. It's like the POTUS, like U.S. POTUS.
Someone's
This
in
is
charge of
Russian
his
government,
account.
pretty much. It's a Russian government.
Kremlin. Okay, yeah, like we have the same thing.
That's the
So,
only thing.
Does Zelensky have a Twitter? Volodymyr Zelensky.
Apparently, it
They
said,
just go to the press. That's their type of
it
Twitter.
said Twitter has limited content for more than 300 official Russian government accounts.
So they can't have more than 300. That's what they're saying?
No, there's 300. Like, there's over 300 Russian government accounts
Uh-huh.
that are restricted.
Would he be restricted?
Like restricted content. I
Oh,
guess.
okay.
Like what they can post and shit, what they can tweet.
Okay. Does Zelensky have a Twitter?
No, I have no idea.
Yeah,
I don't.
look
I
into
don't
that.
scroll that.
I don't think so.
What's those name?
Just
Yeah,
Volodymyr
I
Zelensky.
found it.
Does he have a Twitter?
Does, I think.
Like it has his face on it. It's not like a government account. Can I see it?
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so Zelensky has a Twitter. Okay.
Is it his personal, like, the
No,
thing
they-
is,
I'm sure-
is it
I'm
him
sure,
on
yeah.
his phone tweeting this shit?
I'm sure maybe I'm sure he has a team
Nah.
doing
Or
it.
he has a
Yeah,
team.
he has a team
Hey,
for
look,
sure.
anyone I think at a certain point
Like
when they get
LaMelo, bro.
yeah, like anyone at a certain point when they get to a certain level, they have a team doing that.
You
Right?
ever seen LaMelo, bro, when that girl, when Julie Newman's sister was
Yeah,
like,
oh
you,
my God.
Can you want to follow me back on Instagram? And said, I'm going to run my IG.
No idea.
All in her face, man.
You did?
There's like a random fan went up to her and said,
No, it's Jimmy Newman's fucking sister.
"Oh, that clown.
That little jit that plays ball.
Oh, that loser."
Anyway. So we agree, and you were looking up the dude, but you would agree that a Hitler-esque person today they should not be allowed to have a Twitter account.
I don't know.
I mean,
Okay,
not
now
every,
hold on.
But freedom
Let's
of speech,
assume-
freedom of speech is restricted just to like the U.S.
Okay.
for most things, isn't it?
That is true.
Oh, I know, but let's
So,
assume.
and this is worldwide.
Oh, I know,
so-
but we're Americans, so we have these values, right? We have values that think freedom of speech is important. So should someone who is Hitler-esque, let's say they're within the guidelines of free speech, right? Because we
Okay.
do have our limits of speech, right? Like you can't incite violence, right?
So
you
now
can't,
you're just saying
you can't
just 'cause
shout
he
you
was a
can't
person.
shout fire in a crowded theater, you can't shout bomb in an airport, right? So we do have some of our restrictions, right? But let's say even
no
though he's
restrictions
doing
on hate speech.
hold on. Let's say there's someone who's Hitler-esque who's doing a bunch of inhumane things like in real life, right? But on the Twitter sphere, on the social media sphere, they're not promoting violence, but let's say that they're getting into some propaganda-esque things, right? Like that. Should they be allowed on Twitter?
Yes, because if it was a random person, no one would care.
Okay, so exactly.
So random
right?
people
Right?
would have the right to do it, and they don't care. So they only care for that person. But that person has power, though. But it doesn't matter at the end of the day if it's the same content being spoken. Let's say same hate speech or whatever, or propaganda,
Mhm.
violence promotion.
So you're saying I could be one of the ruthless people of all time, but on Twitter aspect of it, I could send love letters and all that stuff to Twitter, and I
Maybe
won't
you're
get.
not even necessarily sending love letters and being like, "Oh, ooh, I'm a really good guy on Twitter." Maybe
Sending
you're
pictures of
still like an
flowers and stuff.
asshole on Twitter. Maybe you're posting like all of this terrible propaganda against certain
exactly.
people, right? Okay, so but you're not like necessarily promoting violence.
I'm not
or,
showing a pistol of a
or-
Glock or whatever.
Or yeah,
with
you're
a
not
clip on it or something.
you're not inciting violence.
Exactly.
Right? But you're doing things that are immoral, right?
Okay.
Okay. So here's the thing, right? You ever see like someone goes to talk like giving a speech, right? Like giving like at a college or somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And these people come and they shut them down, like they shout at them, like they just like blow
They
air horns
interrupt?
and like scream and like
Oh.
make a bunch of noise so that they can't speak, right? There's an idea out there where if you if somebody out there is exclaiming ideas that you disagree with, that you should try to stop them from expressing those ideas. When my personal opinion is that you should, if there's someone I disagree with, right, they're saying something that I find completely appalling, I would want them to go out there and say that, right? Because I want as many people as possible to see that for themselves, so that they can decide for themselves and see that that is immoral or that is unjust, etc. Right? So I think that people I disagree with should be given the biggest platform possible.
You think so?
Yeah. Yep.
Wouldn't a lot of people be listening to an idiot if he's wrong about everything?
Well, I think maybe. I don't think everyone I disagree with is an idiot, though. I think there's very smart people who I would hash out certain issues and you couldn't come to a common ground with.
You should at least have the ability to have open conversation, because that's the whole point of
Yes.
discussion.
Yes.
So that will bring discussion, because at the end of the day, it's through a phone. It's not real violence happening.
Yeah.
So
All right, question: do you think Pablo Escobar would get banned if he was to have? If he
banned?
was still doing, if
would
he
he
was,
get banned or should he get banned?
if he would like get like his
He would
account
definitely
gone.
get banned. Yeah, he would get
Yeah.
banned.
Yes.
Probably. But should he get banned? I don't know. But speaking of, I just want to talk about the violence thing. How, you know, but yeah, I saw the Twitch guy who was streaming a shooting.
Whoa, really?
Oh, this was recent? Like recent.
This was, I think, just yesterday or a few days ago.
Yes. Yeah, he live
killed,
streamed.
He killed like what, 14 people, 12 people, something?
In a grocery store, right?
In a live stream. So the question.
He had like all the armor on.
So there are people, yeah.
Yes.
There are people on Twitch who get banned for showing a second of nudity by accident. But how the fuck did this guy stream a shooting and his stream doesn't get banned? That's what I want. Like, how does stream?
Oh, the whole thing was going down, man.
Oh, you stream? I'm pretty sure you streamed all
That's
of it.
simple.
That's
That's
fucking
simple.
crazy.
Look, okay, there's algorithms. That I don't know how I know this. I think I googled it, or I watched a YouTube video about it. There's algorithms that like on Instagram, because there was these girls, right? Okay, I think the YouTube video was like Instagram, like essentially like thoughts who were like getting mad that like Instagram and like social media like was like taking down all their content, right? And Instagram said that, or these social media companies or someone that like worked for them said that they have these algorithms that can like that can detect like the human nipple. So like if and they can detect like, okay, if it's a male or a female somehow, and they can detect if they see a dick or if they see balls. Like there's people who have made algorithms to see this, right? So if it detects that, boom, you're gone. On Twitch has that. But Twitch might not have an algorithm to detect if I'm shooting and killing somebody. I don't know if they have an algorithm for that. You know what I'm saying? That's there's nobody like, okay, like you said it was instant, right? Like it was like instantly for a second, right? So that's not like a human seeing that and hitting a button. That's some sort of algorithm that's in place, right? That's shutting down their stream for the nudity, right? You would agree with that, right? That's not a person doing that, it's an algorithm. Okay. So there's no way that like they can have a person watching every stream, right? So there's not going to be a person that shuts down that person that's doing the shooting. They would have to create some sort of algorithm that detects like violent acts, and I don't know if we're there yet.
I wonder how many people watch the stream. I wonder how many people.
Was he like a known like popular streamer?
I think so.
He was just a nobody who just started streaming it?
We got like a head cam or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was like first person.
Bro, that's crazy. Where was it?
My boy made a clan tag. I saw his clan tag on his gun.
I didn't even see it, dude. Jesus,
That shit was crazy.
Where was it?
Did he put it in the brackets?
N-word.
Oh,
N-word. He got the N-word engraved on his gun.
Did he have it in brackets?
I have no
This
idea.
is
I just read it. I didn't see.
Fuck.
I saw it on social media. I'm pretty sure Say Cheese TV had it.
Now,
on.
should we be allowed to open carry?
Yes.
I think so. Because this is getting out of hand, man. After all these years, seeing a lot of shootings and all this going on.
Kid was 18 years old in Buffalo.
What?
In Buffalo, bro.
That's crazy.
He said he attempted to, so he'll go into, I believe, stores, or a store, and he attempted to only kill black people. I'm pretty sure he got 2 people that weren't black. But pretty much that was his main objective.
That's crazy.
I don't think, I mean, there's I'm a big Second Amendment guy. I mean, I don't think you should take people's guns away.
Bro,
I think, look, and also, look, okay.
there's already
when
too
you
much
agree-
guns in circulation.
Okay, but regardless of that, right? That guy wanted to kill people, right? Okay, like, yes, like it makes it easier to kill people to have a gun, but like,
And UK will be stabbings.
you could still, okay, yeah. In the, I think like it was in like Australia or the United Kingdom, when they banned guns, like there's like a graph of like murders by knives, murders by bats, and murders by like hammers, right? Those are the big 3, right? You can like graph that and like you can see like, okay, this is the year where we banned guns, and it's like for all 3 of those. So like you gotta
You know if the murder rate went up or down? You don't have any clue?
I mean, like you gotta really get into
I
like
feel
statistics with that and look into it. But,
Yeah. But
so I do think that like the fucking, if you look at the history of
violence?
of where guns have been taken away, like the citizens like don't have guns without getting too technical into it, like, I feel like when I was in like civics class and I was taught the Second Amendment, I feel like I was taught it wrong. Like, there's like the first part of it is like essentially says something about like a militia, right? And I, like, okay, so what I was taught, right, and like correct me if I was, you guys like disagree with this, right? Okay, what I was taught was like that like says that like private citizens, right, like can like form like have the right to form like their own private militias, right?
Yeah.
Especially in the time of war, right? Okay, and then
that was in the textbook,
right? Okay, and then after that, holy shit, there's a bug up here. All right, forget about that. After that, right, it says like the right to bear arms shall not be infringed, right? But it has that thing about the militia before that, right? Okay. If you just, I feel like you could interpret it, and I feel like maybe like when it was written, yeah, like we had like the Revolutionary War, and we had like a lot of like essentially like untrained like farmers and shit, just, like getting together and like forming militias, right? So maybe that's what it's for, but I've heard people that have explained it this way, that if you just take out militia and you put military, right? It basically says like a well-regulated militia, but I'm going to say military. So a well-regulated military being necessary to the security of a free state, right? If you just like take that, like analyze that, right? A well-regulated military being necessary to the security of a free state. That's like just saying that if you want to have a secure state, right, where like you're going to protect like certain with laws and certain values, right? If you want to have that, you have to have a military, right, to protect that, right? Not only just the military, but you have to have like a police, right, that's going to like protect and enforce those laws, right? Then after that, right, the second part of that, you can break it into two. The second part of that says the right of the citizens to bear arms shall not be infringed, right? So my question was, in this video that I watched from this guy explaining it, said, why don't they just put that second part? Why didn't they just keep it simple? Why didn't they just put the right to bear arms for the citizens shall not to be infringed? Did they really put that first part so that like private citizens can go and like form their own militias and fucking like fight and defend? No. He's saying they put that first part because he's saying who would go and infringe that Second Amendment right? Who would go and infringe on the people's right to bear arms, right? If someone said we're going to ban all guns, right? Somebody would knock on your door with a what? With a gun and say, give me your gun, right?
Yeah.
So the reason they put that first part was to say specifically these people in the first part of it won't fuck with this second part. That's why they put that. That the military or the police, any sort of militia, like government, militia, military, will not infringe on private citizens' right to own guns. And I think there's also something really important with why that is the Second Amendment, right? Okay, I think the most important is the first one, right? Why did they make that 2 and not 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? There's a reason they made that the fucking second one, I think, right? Like, maybe they had some insight.
So you believe the lower the number, the more important the amendment is?
Not necessarily, but with the first 10, because they were all established at the same time, yes.
Yeah.
With the other ones after that, like women's right to vote and all that, and all those successive ones, maybe there's some of those that are more important than the first 10, but I think the first 10 are all pretty damn fucking important.
You feel like they should update the amendments?
I mean, when was the last time we added an amendment?
We added
An amendment? Because something else that's really confusing, right? Like, okay, like,
we should
like
update
what's well, we do, like, that's laws, right? But like, what is the difference between a law and an amendment? That's something I haven't dug into.
Yeah, because they're not the same.
1992.
And that was the 27th Amendment, right?
Yes.
I know that shit. You didn't know it was 27, did you?
Spot on.
I didn't know. I didn't.
What's the 27th Amendment say?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Hold on.
I feel like they should have, like, honestly, like at least security guards or something, an armed person securing like plazas, schools, like anywhere.
There was somebody at that place.
There
was an
was?
armed security guard.
There should be at least
And he
more than one.
apprehended
There
him,
should be
and
more
he-
than one.
And he was able to shoot him, but this guy had body armor.
It
This
says
guy
more
was
than
straight
one.
armored.
It says prohibits the increase or decrease of the salaries of the members of Congress from taking effect after the next election of the House of Representatives has occurred.
Read that one more time.
Yeah, no idea.
Prohibit any laws that increases or decreases the salary of members of Congress from taking effect after the next election of the House of Representatives has occurred.
All right, that sounds like some shit that only affects government officials.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the 26th Amendment? When's
Pretty
like,
much.
when was like,
Pay.
when was like, yeah, it's just the pay of fucking people who work for the government. That's them covering their own ass.
Wow.
But why wouldn't the government have to change the government employees' wages? Like, why would they do that in the first place?
1971, the right to vote. The right to vote to American citizens aged 18 or older.
Oh, they changed it from 21 to 18.
Yeah.
You know why that happened? Fucking Vietnam. What year was that?
Ali?
71.
It was Korea and Vietnam that did that. We were sending fucking. I'm surprised they didn't do that after World War II, because I'm sure we were sending fucking 18-year-olds over there. Could you imagine you fucking you're on that boat on D-Day and you can't fucking decide who the president is? Like, that's fucked up.
Imagine being in the war at that time. You're 18, dude.
Okay, that alone, but like
That just sucks.
being put in that position and you don't have the right to like decide your
You're just a pawn.
representatives.
You're a pawn.
That's
You're just-
crazy.
You're literally just a pawn.
There's also people who say, and I think like military people can drink, and especially like if you're over in like Europe and over places, like the drinking age is already like 18, we don't give a fuck. But like I think if you're a military and you have your military ID and like the place you're at, like it's 18, I think you can drink. You're 18. Which pretty much that's where they're at, right? So, but yeah, you should be able to drink too. I think if you're in the military and you're 18, I think there should just be an exception.
Isn't it like in
If you're gonna die for the country, fucking have some whiskey first, right?
what's the one
Right.
place you could drink like when you're 13, right? What's it, Amsterdam
Where?
or something? Like 13?
Bro, I'm sure. Like legally?
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
like 13.
okay.
I think like UK is like 16.
Yeah, something like that. See, like why though? You think,
Ours is 21. That's
you
crazy.
think it's because they could like sustain the alcohol or something? Or like, I don't even know. Like why they drinking alcohol so young? Because they're young. I don't know. I guess it doesn't affect them that much as older.
Americans are stupid, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Fucking idiots.
If
They
you,
are.
if you can commit a crime, let's say this is a theoretical question, right? You can commit a crime, and that crime could never happen again. Like no one ever commit that crime, but you have to commit that crime. What crime would it be?
So
You commit a crime that can never be committed again by anyone. Like, no one will ever do it, but you have to do it first. What crime would you pick?
Oh man. Robbery.
So you commit robbery, no one will ever get robbed again.
You gotta be more specific with the
I
robbery.
want, yeah, I want the biggest fucking
Grand
heist-
theft?
Grand theft, dude.
Wow,
I want to
bro.
steal a fucking painting, bro.
You're about to get murdered. Every single
Oh,
mobster
man.
and gang organization is gonna put a price on your fucking head.
Unless I can sell the painting at a high price. But I become anonymous.
So that's just a completely selfish reason.
So you would do that? You would do that over
Because
rape?
you don't.
What?
So you'll
You would
commit
do
rape.
robbery over rape?
So you'll commit rape. You'll be able to commit rape.
Okay,
was
hold on. I forgot about that part.
See,
Hold on.
what?
Hold on. I
This is
forgot
on
about the
film.
first part
This
of
is
the
on
argument.
Camera, bro.
Hold
Bro,
on.
they're over here
Hold
bidding for
on.
the highest bid. You want to
Hold
commit
on.
rape? What's wrong with you, dude?
Okay. All right. So
So no one ever gets murdered again. You commit.
all right.
murder.
Look. Okay. Hold on. Look. Someone. Okay. It's unfortunate, right? This is a terrible thing. But
Arson.
somebody is like, I don't know, like okay, like there's like somebody gets murdered however many seconds, somebody gets raped however many seconds, right? Okay, so one of okay, what about genocide?
So you're saying one doesn't count?
So you'll commit
genocide.
You're saying, oh my god.
No,
Yo.
I keep forgetting about the first part of the argument.
I got a good one that's easy and is selfless. That would actually be beneficial like yours. You just want to get money, you know? Mine would be drunk driving. I'll drive drunk. No one ever
What
drives
the
drunk
fuck,
again.
you drunk fuck?
You feel me?
Oh my
That's
god,
it.
man.
Selfless right there. I'm a good guy. Stop drunk driving.
I'm rich.
I know the last person to do it. And I drunk driving.
Well,
Okay.
I'm a millionaire.
All right, so look, okay, so look.
That's just one of the
Okay, the genocide thing I threw forward, right? Okay,
You didn't know it's something else.
That
too,
is like just one of those, right? Is like, poof, okay, right? But like, it's because genocide. Okay, like there's murder and then there's genocide. Genocide is like a lot of people, right? Then there's like mass murder. Okay, right? So
Oh my god.
the question. Okay, But wouldn't you agree that a world without genocide would be fantastic? Like that's pretty much world peace,
So you'll be
right?
You'll take the bullet.
It'd be like
the Hitler. So
essentially,
you'll be the Hitler for
it would
the
be
rest
like
of the
saying, it'd be like saying, would you commit one more war, like one more, like last really good war, and then there's no more wars?
So you would do it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm starting to think so.
You're a
Okay,
sick bastard.
So it's gonna be
dude.
engraved in history.
Jesus, man.
Engraved in history, you're the last guy we're trying to take
Dude,
over.
so yeah, you're gonna have a picture of your face in the history book.
JJ
man.
Motor, last guy to last dictator.
And then me, Eric Gunners are the greatest theft, the robber of all time.
Don't care what others think about you, right? That's what everyone thinks about me, but deep down inside,
So
I know. Right?
Oh my
Okay,
God.
okay, and,
Don't
okay,
call him
look,
that,
and
dude. You
everybody,
don't deserve
everybody's gonna be so ignorant, right? 10 years, 20 years, 100 years, 1,000 years is gonna go by, and no more fucking wars, right? And no one's gonna put 2 and 2 together about Mr. JJ.
No
One's gonna put 2 and 2
Alright, so
together.
the only
It
thing,
doesn't happen.
they would say, oh, the last great war was with fucking JJ.
Okay, so what they would say is they would say we all said, okay, look, this JJ guy was just so bad, right? We can't do that again. I would be
No.
I would be like the war fucking monger to kill all.
So
war
why you're
mongers.
hyping your
Bro, this is-
villainous?
So
There's literally
Genghis
an
Khan,
anime
Genghis
about
Khan
this.
wasn't enough
There
to do
is.
that.
There's an
right?
anime called Geass, anyone's ever watched it. That's literally the plot of that shit.
No, I haven't watched it.
It's fire, but go on.
So okay, so like the question is how far of a line are you willing to draw with your individual act, right? Because the more heinous the act, the more beneficial
So,
it would be for
means-
society for that not to occur ever
So
again.
means to an end, ends to a mean. or whatever.
Yes, and it's also your own like personal
The
conscience.
ends justify the means, JJ. That's what's going on right now.
The ends does justify the means, and it's also what are you willing to take onto your conscience personally?
So you'll do it.
I think I would murder someone
What-
for someone who never
what
murdered me.
genocide?
Oh, wait, hold on. If I murdered somebody, would I have to get put in jail forever?
Yeah.
Like
You have to
murder?
commit the whole crime,
Like,
man.
do I get caught?
I don't know.
Let's assume yes.
I have
No,
the best
okay.
one.
No, I'm not murdering
People
someone.
in the comments
Okay,
say,
if
"Bro, I
I
have
have
the
to
best one."
face the consequences of all of these things, I'm not doing it.
You're facing the consequences, all right?
Okay, if I'm facing the consequences, let me think about it.
I get booked for drunk driving. You get
I become a
theft, you get
millionaire.
Gone for life.
No, I become millionaire for like at least 2 years, and I get caught
Oh,
On
so,
on some
okay,
shit,
so
on
you
some
get to
Pablo
decide how it
Escobar
happens.
shit. Yeah, I wanted to say, yeah.
All right, but you go to jail for 15 years?
JJ gets seized. JJ gets seized in the final battle. He gets public execution.
Oh, shit.
I'm rethinking my
You
answer.
get one to the back of the head,
I'm
man. Fuck.
rethinking my
He hangs
answer.
him,
Hold
they
on.
hang him off.
Don't worry,
the-
I'll leave
the
200,000
Liberty.
for you.
They hang him off the Statue of Liberty. Man.
Oh. No, dude, they hang Miami Heat Arena, bro, or something grand. Something
The
grand.
Dolphin Arena.
What would I do? What would I do?
I can't, I'm not helping you on this one, man. I'm not feeding your evil thoughts.
What
Dude, you're
what
currently
group of
thinking.
people would you commit genocide? What group of people would you commit genocide on?
Don't even do it, dude.
Every
My
Puerto
answer,
Rican?
yeah.
Every Puerto Rican? I'll do every Puerto. Fuck you.
What the
I'll
fuck?
fuck you.
Dude, I'll do it to the fucking. I can't say it.
Oh, I would sell. I got a good one. I would sell.
Weed.
No.
No weed every
Wait, hold on. Hold on. That's a good one, but you gave it to me, so I can't say that one. Fuck. I would. A good one would be like selling like people sell like fake sports tickets, like
Yeah.
fake tickets to
Aw,
concerts,
man.
right?
Yeah.
Do that. Go to jail for it. Throw me in for whatever. Do a couple years.
No one ever does it again.
See, yours is good because like
Drunk
like
driving.
you like essentially like just get a warning for it. Eric's gonna go to jail for 15 years. Eric, I still
Well,
don't think you'd do that.
I
And I
think-
really like put you in front of it like right now. Caesar would do it. Caesar
So-
would do it. Caesar's actually
What, him go
doable.
drunk driving?
You just go drive.
I mean-
Kyle's gonna pull him over. He's gonna fucking do a night in jail.
We
so
don't
he's
know
gonna
what-
bail
what
him out.
type
It's gonna
of-
be on his record. Yeah,
We don't know what type of bank robbery I'm gonna do. I could rob a bookie.
But you're gonna rob a bank. You know how long people go to jail for robbing banks?
That's what I'm saying.
I'll
You're
do
just
it.
sit in the cell.
You get damn near life for
You're
grand
gonna get
theft.
20 years.
That's what I'm saying. 20
I
plus.
won't get caught though.
Eric, we already said you have to face the consequences.
All right.
JJ gets public execution.
No, I'm
I
not
get-
doing genocide.
I
I'm
get-
not doing genocide.
I get a tap on the wrist.
As of right now, it's mine is selling fake sports tickets and concert tickets.
Nothing else cool.
Check the camera. Go on though. It's still good. Camera's still on.
So Jay, I want to ask you.
30 minutes.
I want to ask you a question. You know how I like to get
Alright,
deep,
switch the topics then. Switch
deep
the
into the hole, deep into the rabbit hole, as they say. Do you believe in aliens currently?
Oh.
Alright, like yes or no, are there aliens?
Has there ever been aliens on this?
Okay, hold on.
On this
You're
planet?
getting more and more specific. You start broad and let's go deeper.
Do you believe in aliens?
Is there organic life outside of planet Earth? Somewhere else in the universe?
Yes.
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 Okay. Let's get stricter and stricter. Let's just do yes or no's and we'll see where we disagree.
Okay. So, do you believe in UFOs?
Like UFOs sightings?
In UFO sightings, yes.
Like do I think aliens? You're asking me, do I think aliens have visited Earth?
Yes.
No.
I'm about to go yes.
Okay.
But there's a very good chance that hasn't happened. Very
Okay.
high chance. But there's also a very good chance it has happened.
Eric, this is very
Find
simple. This is very simple, okay? I think there is organic life in the universe, right?
Okay.
But I think because of how vast and how large our universe is,
Right.
that it's too far away to be able to physically travel here themselves. I think that if there is any alien UFOs that have come here, and if they ever will come here, they will not have any sort of organic life forms on said ship, on said craft. Because if you were to put somebody on there and travel at multiple times the speed of light, and I don't think at just the speed of light, I don't think organic life can travel at the speed of light and
You
come
think
out on
so?
the
You
other
don't think
side.
so?
No. Do you think they can? Do you think something that's alive, organic, can travel at the speed of light?
But
300.
think about it like
No,
this. Would you
is-
feel
this
that?
is-
Would we feel that?
Yeah.
You think something that's alive can go 300
They're already trying to do that, by the
million
way.
meters in a second?
Yes. Because how do you know there hasn't been like civilizations way older than us, all the way over there, like light years and light years all the way over there? Like how do you? So let's say aliens are real, and so you think we
So-
would have developed technology better than aliens?
The thing is with aliens right now, that aliens they're supposed to be super advanced, right? They could. This UFO thing that the people are talking about is their craft, supposedly. That's where most of the people are heading
What
to.
if there been alien life forms, civilizations that have been here for fucking millions of years?
But wait, this is.
I'm saying, look. I'm saying that you can make there can be some sort of civilization out there that their technology is so far advanced from us that we couldn't even understand it and couldn't even fathom it, right? And they create something that could go super fast, right?
Right.
But I don't think they can go to the speed of light, right? And even if they could go at the speed of light, or multitudes of the speed of light, right? It would take still such a long time to be able to get from wherever they're at to where we're at.
That's
It
true.
would take thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions or billions of years to
Yeah.
get here, traveling at multitudes of the speed of light. Now, regardless, so that's point one. Point one is
that's one thing I do agree. That's that's what I said. It's possible that there haven't been any aliens.
that they're
That's
they're
very
so
good.
far away, right?
Yeah.
That's my first point, right? But now let's I'm gonna give you that, right? Maybe they can travel so fast that they can get here, right?
Mhm.
Within their lifespan, right? Okay. I don't think you can take something that's alive and send it anywhere at said velocity, at this velocity that you're talking about, that you would have to be able to get to travel here, right?
Right.
And that organic life form that is on that craft can stay alive. You can't stay alive going that fast.
Okay,
How can
so-
something stay alive going at, okay, the speed of light is 300 million meters per second. Let's just use that. How can something go
I'll
300
tell you.
million meters away
I'll
in a
tell you.
second and stay alive?
I'll tell you. So look, I really want you to watch this podcast called. It was with Joe Rogan and Bob Lazar. And
I've
he
watched it.
You watched all of it.
Yes, multiple times.
Okay.
I love Bob Lazar.
All right. So he said that.
He's a fraud.
He said that. He said
He's a
that the
sleeper agent,
UFO
bro.
creates its own gravity, gravity
Bro.
that develops around the craft that creates no inertia.
Fraud, bro.
So, meaning, so you could teleport, you could do all that stuff, and nothing. You're still fine like this, like perfectly fine inside the craft.
Mhm.
So, what I'm assuming is that they've done that in that craft, and they've they've transported here through their planet or whatever the hell they came from to here, and supposedly this is what they say. I'm not saying this is true. I'm not on this. I'm saying this 100%.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying that they've created stargates, so like teleportation devices that could be easily within seconds come back and forth to their planet to here.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I believe that. I want to do more research on it, but I don't know. It makes a little bit of sense.
That's like a Star Wars shit, to be
so-
honest.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you would agree with me that organic life cannot travel. That there's a certain speed that organic life, no matter how robust your technology is and however you construct your craft, that organic life at a certain speed, you cannot travel at that while staying alive. You're gonna die somehow.
I mean, I don't want to side with that, no, but I feel like we can because
Eric, do you realize, do you know what G-force is?
yeah.
There's a certain amount of G-force that's
But
put
we
on
don't.
your body.
People
I want
really
to
feel
say
the
we don't
same
know.
way.
I want to say we don't know.
People feel the same, probably felt the same way about going underwater. That you'll die under depression.
Oh,
We eventually
okay.
got better at that.
Well, the
we
G-force.
can get better at everything.
Let me correct myself.
And besides, we're human. We're Homo sapiens. We don't know what it's in that UFO to be called. We don't know what
We're
we
this
don't know what it's
advanced. We're this advanced group of monkeys.
in. Exactly. Imagine their species could live 1,000 years, and they're they're super smart, and you don't know what. And
Yeah,
they're tiny.
their fucking anatomies is completely different from ours anyway.
Yeah,
How do you know they're gonna be like us, bro? Maybe they're fucking way bigger and stronger and everything in every possible way.
They're really
Have you
small.
seen the
Maybe they're
David
fucking
Fravor
tiny, yeah.
the David Fravor video?
Yeah.
But have you seen there's an animation like example part of it, like everything was animated, like an example of his testimony, but it was animated, so it was perfect. And dude, what do you think about that? Anything? Because how do you explain? He said that the Tic Tac was spinning and it was going up and down, and then he was circling it like this, circling it, and then the Tic Tac went like this and boom, disappeared. And he said that he saw it face to face. So I don't, things like that. People are saying like it's a really advanced drone from the U.S. Like we have secret projects. I don't know. I don't really know what it is, but I'm on the alien side. I like aliens and UFOs.
I mean, okay, yeah, it's one thing to say like I would like aliens to exist, but dude,
But like, how do you explain that?
So, I mean, look, there's a lot of
That's our
That's our totem. That's our totem.
totem.
That's a sigil, bro.
So look, there's a lot of. I mean, believe none of what you hear and half what you see, man.
Right.
I mean, look, he was viewing this through a machine, right? He wasn't viewing this with the naked
Who,
eye.
Bob?
He kind of was.
Okay, like
Wait, we're
no,
talking about
David
Bob?
Fravor. No, there was he was like some guy in the Air Force. He saw like some UFO, right? So I mean, look,
At the end of the day, we don't know. At the end of the day, we still have it classified as a UFO unidentified flying object.
But
yeah, but you would have to. Look,
wasn't there a thing where the government confirmed those sightings are real or something?
They did. They're confirmed by the military or whatever.
That
And the
UFO
thi-
sightings are confirmed. They
Exactly.
confirmed Their actual.
Presence. Their actual.
There's actually been UFOs on it.
Right.
They confirmed that's true. Have
okay.
they confirmed they haven't? In
Well,
possession?
Well, lately,
Like
I
the
think in the
military.
beginning of the year, they dropped a CIA document explaining what actually a UFO is, and they said that they currently don't know what it is. I think they use debris or what's called like a weather balloon thing or.
I don't know if this was real, but I saw a CIA document that we live in a simulation, and it was like I
That's
don't know.
one of the.
I low key I don't remember if it was real or not, but I remember seeing that.
But that's one of the biggest conspiracy theories that like people believe.
But you can't prove
might
it
be
wrong.
real.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
whole
Yeah,
point.
exactly.
You really can't prove simulation wrong. But what did you say about aliens?
Oh yeah, but like how not like how I think that the UFOs is. I don't think is people the document also said that it was from like it could be either Russia or foreign countries that I don't think so. I don't think China.
It's not something from another planet, dude. Look, I don't think Stargates are real. I don't think they can exist.
No, yeah, those are just.
I don't think you can have something where you can teleport.
That sounds so like Star Wars to me.
I don't. Yeah, man. I don't think.
But where do you think they got their
teleporting is
ideas
real.
from?
I think you would have to have. Okay, look. Even if they're okay, look. So my first point was
Yeah.
it's so far away, right? That traveling at a reasonable speed there's nothing that would be able to live long enough to be able to get here, right? But I'm gonna, for argument's sake, I'm gonna give you that, right? My second point was, okay, you can get here, right? Okay, but you would have to be traveling at a speed that it's gonna kill whatever's on board it, right? I'm gonna give you that point now, right? My third point would be, it just slipped my mind, man. Fuck.
The aliens themselves?
Yeah. Hold on. Fuck.
While you think of that, Caesar, do you believe that they've been handing down information at least to the humans or anything like that?
Aliens have passed down information.
Yeah.
Yes, I do, because I do think the pyramids,
Dude,
were assisted by aliens. In some fashion.
Okay,
Come
all
on, man.
Let me get on this.
Get on this shit.
There was four guys, right? There was four guys who were able to essentially take a stone, right, and assemble it and move it and do everything you needed to do to put it onto the pyramid, right? Four guys with all of the tools that they had, they were able to do it in like whatever amount of time, right? Then if you extrapolate that out to like, let's say 20,000 people, right? And the pyramid, they say it took like 20 years or 60 years or however many years to build, right? That if you extrapolate this out to this many people, right? With the amount of time it took four guys to do one brick, right? It's feasible that they could have constructed a pyramid in whatever the time.
They said less than 20 years.
So all these pyramids across the world, they all align with the Orion's belt.
Bro, they align with the stars, man.
That's a coincidence.
That's a coincidence.
That's a coincidence.
Right on top?
They're all and they're all what? The coordinates of the speed of light too? Is that
Oh
what
yeah.
Oh, that's
this is
that's
a
all a
coincidence.
coincidence. So all that lines up, man.
But look, I also heard.
That's not a coincidence.
I heard recently that
that's design.
that's what I'm saying. That's
design.
Isn't that?
What if that's like, bro? What if that's like a way, like that was like an old like energy source, bro? What if that was like an old generator from way back when?
What, the pyramids?
Yeah. So all
Where's
that
the old
alignment.
blueprint?
That's what I'm saying. What if, there's like a deeper meaning to that. There's gotta be. There's gotta
disagree.
be. Unless it's like some type of
There's-
fucking star worship of gods.
There is. Look,
Possibility.
Look, I was watching. This is gonna sound pretty crazy. I was watching a research article and it said that this is another speculation. They said that the pharaohs, when the pharaohs would die, because inside the pyramids there was no tombs, right? There was no one in there, right? So they said that when the pharaohs died, they would lay them in the altar inside the pyramid of Giza or whatever, and then once they died, their soul would go up the shafts, like the shafts that they have, and it would go up to the constellations, and that's how they would go to heaven. It was their soul would go up through the pyramid, through the stars, into the universe, man.
Sounds crazy.
That's what I saw. That sounds pretty crazy.
I don't think there's an afterlife.
I believe that
but I
shit
don't
for
wanna get
sure.
into that.
Are you serious?
I don't want to get into that.
So you believe you just die? That's it.
I'm a firm believer in that.
JJ Motor disappears from eternity. You're not.
I'm a firm
All right,
believer
hey
in that.
Eric,
I'm
let me
a
ask you
sure
this.
believer.
Let me ask you this, Eric.
Yes.
All right. What is your like account and recollection? Like, what was your what could you have gathered from your senses, right?
Okay.
From your conscious mind, right?
All right.
From when Ronald Reagan was president in the 80s.
None whatsoever.
Yeah, black, zilch, nada, nothing.
Right.
Nothing, right?
Yeah.
That's what I think it's like when you die.
I mean,
Yeah. What do you remember before you were born?
Because
Nothing. That's what I think it's like when you die.
I think, bro, nigga, like, I
no.
think
That's
energy
I
doesn't
call
die,
that.
bro.
I call that reawakening.
Energy.
You're
can't-
right. Energy doesn't die. So the
You get
energy,
transferred.
the energy that is your body, right? You can get cremated, right? The energy that is your body, you put it into an oven. It's transferred. Energy isn't created or destroyed. It's only transferred, right? So the energy, the chemical energy, and all the stuff that's in your body, right? It transfers into heat energy, and then that heat rises and rises into the atmosphere and goes up in space, right?
So we become stars.
No,
We become stars.
the heat travels. Heat travels, right? So if you get put, let's say
What
you
if
get put
our
in the ground,
conscious-
let's say you just get buried into the ground, right? Let's say you bury your
What if our-
dog into the ground, like people do in their backyards all the time, right? That dog, the energy that is that
It's
dog,
gonna go
is going to
into-
go into the soil,
Yeah.
and then grass is going to grow, right? So it's not like your energy goes into another conscious body. No.
Oh, what if
No.
your consciousness is your energy?
But it's not.
How do you know?
How do you know that?
Because there's different types of energy that we can measure.
but we can't measure all
We're
energy.
just constantly trying to film.
We can't even matter. We can't even get dark matter. Or, there's not all. There's
Dark
not all.
matter is an energy. Matter.
There's all. There's not all the energy we can calculate. Man.
Energy.
We don't know everything. You know.
Look, the energy of the universe is defined. The energy of the universe is defined. It's not like the energy of the universe is growing or decreasing, because like, there's something called entropy, right, which is randomness, right? The entropy of the universe is 0. I learned this in college. Entropy of the universe is 0.
What was the entropy?
Entropy is just randomness.
Okay.
It's a measure of how much something is changing. Entropy of the universe is 0. So the energy of that the entire universe has is defined. It's a defined amount.
So with the Big Bang, all that randomness has been, like, you know, all the energy.
It just
goes
expanded.
with-
Big Bang
it's
was
just
expanded.
energy constantly expanding out, but it all comes back to the one that's the same total amount of equal energy to everything blown out, pretty much. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
So what if we're just a
I
collective
guess.
conscious of that one? What if we're just a collective conscious of that?
I don't
Our
think so.
collective energy.
That is highly
Like
true.
that's what I'm saying. Like energy.
That happens with bugs and
I'm not-
pests and like what's that called? Parasites and
It's
stuff
like
like
a
that.
hive mind.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's
But you know the universe is connected in many ways, man. You know the neurons on the universe is the same as the neurons in our brain.
what is the neurons?
Oh, the neurons in the universe, like the systematics.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of things that are. I mean, look.
What do you mean? That's good. That's a good thing. That means everything is connected.
No, not everything. I don't.
So,
I don't think
believe-
everything's connected.
Yeah, I believe.
I
so.
think-
The plants breathe, humans breathe.
I think
we're all-
the science is just the study of the natural world, but that natural world is like fucking all connected, bro. Like,
Yeah.
literally, like the fucking what the Fibonacci number is it? I don't know. If
Fibonacci sequence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fibonacci sequence. Like literally everything's just
Yeah, my babe.
everything's the same. Yeah. Literally.
That's crazy, man. I was gonna say.
There's too much
Oh.
infinite possibilities of everything.
Look,
Yeah.
I think everything can be explained.
Yeah, of course.
I think everything can be explained.
Like
Some
what-
people just can't understand something.
Like
and I
At the end of
think
the day, we can't perceive fifth dimensional
Yeah, exactly.
wavelengths.
Yeah,
At the end of the
yeah.
day, so
okay. Look, is okay.
how much can we really
What
grasp
is
of
what is a
everything?
dimension? Is a dimension a human invention?
No.
Human invention?
Is it dimensions a human
Well,
invention or
talking
was it
about
discovered?
They exist, yeah.
Talking about dimensions, you know what they said about the afterlife is a dimension to where you rest or something like that. They said whatever you believe, like let's say if you,
dimensional.
they say if I believe in Christianity or whatever and I die, okay, I'm gonna go to heaven. Let's say if you're what's another religious.
Buddhism.
Yeah, then-
Nirvana or whatever. Like, go to
Yeah,
Nirvana.
Valhalla and stuff like that. Everyone,
Okay.
I feel like everyone has their own certain what afterlife.
I think dimension has multiple definitions.
Right. I agree.
So is the dimension, the way you're using dimension, is that the same as
No, I want to say like a
look,
realm.
is that the same as this is one dimensional, and then if I
Oh,
added
no.
this finger, this is two dimensional, and then
No.
this is three dimensional. Is that
Right.
the same?
No.
Okay, so what is the definition of dimension as you were using it?
I was using it basically like a realm, like a different
Like-
place.
I would say like different like sensors, I guess. I don't know. Like that's something I could think about. Like,
But isn't that more like the way I was
like,
just describing it?
So what a shark would perceive, like a hammerhead, I guess, like what electromagnetic field, they can.
Right.
That's a sense for them.
Mhm.
That's a different dimension of that. Maybe they see
Okay.
it, maybe they smell it, they can sense it somehow.
Like-
That's something that we can't perceive at all. So that's
Sonar.
a different dimension right there. I
Uh-huh.
think a different
Like
way of sensing
manatees.
it. So
Okay.
like I said, we can't see the particles constantly, the wavelengths. I'm making a wavelength right now. This
Mhm.
table's making a wavelength. I
Yeah.
can't perceive that at all.
Mhm.
So
Didn't
that's like a different dimension. That's like a fourth, fifth dimensional thing.
Like there's different dimensions of light, I guess, and maybe that might be the right word to use, right? And we can't, like infrared light, we
Our
can't
eyes-
see that. We
our
can't
eyes
see
are
the
You can
not-
visual
argue.
dimension.
You can argue time is a form of dimension. Time.
Uh-huh.
We live under time. That's the dimension we live in. But a fucking squirrel doesn't live in that dimension. That's fucking
Yeah.
time. At that point, a squirrel is fucking timeless. I'm
Right,
pretty
right.
sure.
I think it lives in that dimension. Like,
Whatever.
it's just not aware of it.
It's not aware of time.
Yeah, like we live in.
We're aware of time. That's our.
But time affects the squirrel, right? So if
Right.
there's are you saying there's certain dimensions? Yeah, I don't fucking know what I'm talking about.
This,
No, yeah,
the
you're making it too
possibilities are endless,
complicated.
but at the end of the day, like I said, possibilities are endless at this point. It's fucking afterlife.
So how do the scientists know all this about dimensions and stuff like that? Do they what, look through fucking telescopes?
So what if some?
Look, there's a phenomenon, right? And I'll probably get to this point later in the podcast when we're getting when I'm getting into more of the political sphere, and I'm feeling more talking about political issues. But this has to do with something political.
I'm not good at politics.
But this is outside of that. So there's an idea out there that there's an infinite number of ways to interpret the world, right? An infinite number of ways to interpret the world, right? And really, there's an infinite number of ways to interpret any finite set of phenomena. And what I mean by that, like, you can take like a book, like a really complex book, like you can take like the Bible, for example, right? So you can interpret a word in the Bible, you can interpret a verse in the Bible, you can interpret a chapter in the Bible, you can interpret a book in the Bible, you can interpret the entire Bible, and then you can interpret any of those that I just mentioned in relation to each other, right? And then there's an innumerable number of different paths and ways that you can interpret all of those different things I said to you, right?
Right.
And that's just something that's finite, right? So let's just take our world and you can make it as finite as you want, right? But our world, right? There's an infinite number of ways to interpret the world, right?
Yeah.
Then there's a claim that's made, a secondary claim from that's made that says that there's no like correct way, because there's an infinite number of ways to interpret the world. There's no correct way to interpret the world. Do you think that's true?
Yeah.
Do you think that there's no correct way to interpret the world?
Well, there's no correct way. Everything's perception, bro, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So just because I perceive something a certain way,
And doesn't it?
I don't mean the right way. Is this
And the world changes all the time.
Okay.
There's no like set in stone, like like the way Einstein sees the world.
Yeah.
Probably sees the world in terms of fucking percentages. I don't know.
Alright,
Fucking
some
numbers.
things are bound to change.
Just strictly.
That's just what life is.
Hear me out this way. I think you need to interpret the world, right, in a way that generates like positive outcomes, and in a way that is repeatable, right? So let me throw this at you, right? So take like evolution, right? Just in general, right? Okay. How does evolution deal with the infinite interpretations problem, right? This is how they deal with it, right? Okay. Nature, over time, has created, you could say, an innumerable, like a crazy amount of number of different variations of different species, right? Of organic life, right?
Yeah.
I would say the vast majority of which have died off, right? For whatever reason, right? So what is nature doing? Nature is creating an innumerable number of variations in the form of organisms, right? All of these organisms interpret the world in a different way, right? And the ones that interpret the world in a way that does not create positive outcomes and is not repeatable get killed off through evolution and through natural selection, right? So if your interpretation of the world is a way that's not going to have you be able to survive and procreate, right? If you're not going to be able to survive and procreate with the way you're interpreting the world, your species, you're going to die off, and your species no longer exists. Whereas if you do create some sort of interpretation of the world where you're going to be able to, it's repeatable, it's producing positive outcomes in the form of you're able to survive, all of your needs are being met, and you're able to live, then you're going to be able to live long enough to procreate, and then that's going to continue on, right? So those the way you interpret the world, it has to be positive, and it has to create positive outcomes, or else you're not going to
survive any longer.
So how do you feel about the way the human race is going? Because as they say, testosterone with males has dropped significantly.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So,
Okay.
15,
so if
20%.
that we're going towards a negative outcome at that point.
Mhm.
As what would you say, society? How society's running? So
I feel like how society and the way
so are we? So is the
take care
human
of
race about
ourselves.
to be naturally selected?
Well, okay, look, that's one aspect, and there's many different aspects you can look at it. But clearly, as humans, if you look at it and you balance everything out, and you look at it as a net outcome standpoint, obviously we're interpreting the world in a way that's positive and repeatable, right? We've been around for however long. We have however many. What's our population? 7 billion of us. So I think we're doing a pretty good job.
Think it could last?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think we've done. I think
Dinosaurs ran the world at one point. They died out.
Right.
Or maybe. And then gators. I don't know.
And I heard we're due for another apocalyptic event or anything like some ice age. I heard in the next ice age.
Oh yeah. So is global warming a sham? If the next ice age is supposed to come?
Sham. I don't know.
Okay, so we were talking about Trump earlier, okay?
Right.
And I'm not gonna keep it a secret that I'm conservative on the political spectrum.
Okay.
Mm.
Are you also conservative?
I mean,
Are either of you registered?
I'm registered, yes.
As
but-
a
Yeah, I was as a.
Republican?
What, Democrat?
I don't want to say it, but damn, I have to say it. I'm on the spot.
Yeah, I came out and said it. I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot.
Okay, look, I intended to vote for Trump, but I was pressured into voting for Biden.
By who?
Family. That's all I'm saying.
Family?
Yeah.
Okay. But are you a
But-
registered Republican?
No.
Are you a
I'm in
registered
no parties.
Democrat?
No party.
So you're independent?
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm not even registered. And I don't plan to ever be registered.
Are you registered to vote?
No.
You're not even registered to
I don't
vote.
plan on
I didn't even want on
registering.
voting. I didn't want
So
to vote
you
either.
didn't vote last election?
No.
So you
I
voted for
never
Biden?
will vote.
I wanted to vote for Trump though.
I'll
Okay.
never
All
vote.
Obviously.
pressure.
If I had a gun to my head and someone said vote, I'm voting Trump. But
So look,
I was told Biden was gonna take care of us.
the reason that Trump is banned off of Twitter, I would say the main reason is because the interpretation. We're talking about interpretations. The interpretation is that he said that there was election fraud, that there was the election was stolen, and that led to the events and the riots on the Capitol.
Is that not
so,
sketchy?
So I think that's the main reason, right? Okay. I've never been on the boat, right, that said that the election was fraudulent. Is there always fraud in every election probably that's ever taken place ever at a large scale? Yeah, to some extent. Was there enough fraud in this 2020 election to change the outcome of the election, to give it to Trump? No.
Wasn't Trump talking about the mail-in voting?
The mail-in voting.
Yes. So I'm getting to that. But even when he was talking about that, I would say, I disagree with him. I think even if you asked him today, he would say that he won the election if it was done properly.
But it was COVID.
But I've never been on that boat, right? However, there's this documentary that just came out. It's called 2,000 Mules. Okay. Here's why it's called 2,000 Mules. Okay. So let me.
Democrat?
No, there's nothing. So
The donkey, right?
let's just. It didn't happen in Miami. The evidence that they've gathered, right? But let's just use Miami as an example, right? Okay. So let's say you're aware that like you could be tracked with your phone, right? Like your Google Maps data, right? Your Apple
Yes.
Maps data, right? You can geolocate where you've been, right?
I always put like this one.
I know. Yeah, but you can if somebody really wanted to, if you have your phone on, they could say he's been here. They could say where you've been driving, right? Okay. What if I told you there was an individual that you could prove through their Google Maps data by geo-tracking them, right? So the mail-in votes, right? You could I think you could actually mail it and have it go to somewhere. There's also these things called election drop boxes, right? When I vote, I go to a place where it's an official election station, right? I'm going in there, I go into a booth, I'm filling out my ballot,
Right.
I submit it there. There's election workers
Is
there,
the
right?
process
Okay.
that fast?
Yeah, it's pretty fast.
Yeah, no,
it's
it's
fast.
Quick
It's
line,
easy.
the line's quick?
Yeah, it's really easy. So, But there's drop boxes, right, where it's not just like a USPS mailbox, right, where like you're sending mail. No, these are strictly for only election ballots, right? You don't put mail in. These are election drop boxes, right? Okay. So let's say that for this last election, there was, I'm just throwing a number out there, right? Let's say there was 35 drop boxes in the city of Miami, right? Like the greater Miami city area, right?
Right.
Not all of Miami-Dade County, just Miami,
Yeah.
right? Okay. What if I told you that there was an individual that I told you I could prove to you through their geo-tracking, on their phone, through their Apple Maps data, that they visited, let's say, 33 out of the 35 election drop boxes on the election day? What would you say that person was doing?
Can you repeat that again?
What if I told you that I could show you irrefutable evidence? I don't know if this evidence is irrefutable, because there is people refuting how accurate geo-tracking data is, right? But let's say I showed you very convincing geo-tracking data, right, that showed that individual A, on the day of the election, visited 33 of the 35 drop boxes, election drop boxes, on election day in the greater Miami city area.
Okay.
What would you say that person was doing?
Voting? Yeah,
Just voting.
Uh-huh.
delivery.
Multiple people.
Let's say that they're and we know this person is not like an election official, like they're not like they don't have like a job where they're watching or they're maintaining the boxes. This is just a citizen who's not involved with election processes at all. They're just they're not an election official, they're not an election worker.
There's a possibility to have multiple fake votes dropping out, fake votes everywhere.
Yes. Okay. Now, let's say one person does, let's just say they do 20 votes. Let's say they each do 20 votes, right? Okay. What if I told you I could prove you that there wasn't one person who did this, that there was 2,000 people who did this on election day? And what if I told you that this happened in Philadelphia, and happened in Phoenix, and it happened in Atlanta?
Wow.
Right? So 2,000, let's say they each do 10 votes per person, right? That'd be 20,000 votes. That's enough of the margin in Arizona, in Pennsylvania, and in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So there's people who are claiming that this is out there. Do you know who Dinesh D'Souza is?
No.
He's this Indian guy. He's a political figure. I don't think he's like ever held like office or anything, but I think he's like maybe like a professor at like universities or stuff.
Is it Ben Shapiro?
He's Ben Shapiro-esque for sure. He's definitely Ben Shapiro-esque. Yeah, I don't know if he's like the director, but I think he's definitely like a producer of this documentary. It's called 2,000 Mules. They're claiming that there was thousands of people in major metropolitan areas in key swing states that visited tens drop boxes in the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s. I don't know how many drop, but it's literally like, here's a map of the greater Atlanta area. Put a red box where all the drop boxes is. Where did their Google Maps say they went? Drop box, like a fucking like a rat through a maze, and you put cheese where all the drop boxes were.
Shit.
So they're able to find individuals.
It's not like this is just a small group of people. There's people in the hundreds, and thousands. I think that's why they call it 2,000 mules, because they're calling these people mules, and they're saying that there's a couple thousand of these people in, let's say, a city like Philadelphia. And if each of them did 10 votes, that's 20,000 votes. That's enough to give it to Trump.
That's enough, yeah.
Same thing in Atlanta, same thing in Phoenix. That's Georgia and Arizona. So, like I said, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's.
Wasn't Florida blue?
No.
It was red?
Florida went blue for Obama, red for Trump.
Or for Biden? It was red?
Red. In 2016 and in 2020, Florida went red. Yeah, dude, Florida is one of like the biggest like conservative states now. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's fucking great.
Florida, man. Florida Panthers?
What's up? Oh my god.
The hockey team?
Bro, where's Baker Mayfield going?
Seattle. Oh, fuck that NFL talk, bro. Let's talk playoffs, bro.
Oh shit.
Let's talk NBA playoffs.
Shit. Hey, alright, I'm gonna call this right now. Warriors Heat. Heat's winning it all. Game 6.
I've been saying.
Call it.
Okay. What do you want to say?
Go ahead.
I've been saying this whole time that the Bucks Celtics series, the Celtics just won Game 7 today. I've been saying that that's the Eastern Conference Finals this whole fucking time.
Fuck a buck.
So whoever,
I've been saying that as well.
whoever, I think the Bucks or the Celtics would easily handle us, easily handle the Heat.
I feel like Eric Spoelstra can easily coach the Heat into beating the Celtics.
I got the Celtics beating the Heat.
Fuck.
I got the Celtics beating the Heat in 5.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
And then who's playing? Warriors, possibly. That game going on right now, I believe.
Oh yeah, what's the score of the
Warriors
Suns
what?
Mavericks? What's the
Suns
score?
versus the Suns or Mavericks. Game 7 today.
What's the score?
Shit.
I got before looking. I got Dallas winning.
I got Dallas up.
Whoa!
You're lying.
Dallas up 75-34, third quarter.
Oh man, 75 what?
I don't believe it.
You're lying. Yo, that's crazy.
Hey, bro, low key, Luka versus Jason Tatum final. Luka versus Jason Tatum.
No, that's not.
Tatum takes
Tatum
takes it in 6.
Warriors gonna beat the shit out of those guys. Warriors gonna beat the brakes on those guys. I think the Warriors are the most battle-ready team.
How many points
But-
did they have in the
man.
first and second quarter?
Dude, these guys are going crazy.
How many points did they have in the first and second quarter?
17 and 10.
They had 10 points in the second quarter.
That's...
Devin Booker,
You don't
0
know.
for 9.
Devin Booker's 0 for 9. Fucking, hey,
Niggas
Kardashian
wanna
curse.
lose, bro.
Yo, Kardashian curse.
Did he leave the game?
They don't want to
That's the
lose,
Kardashian
bro.
curse.
75 to 30.
Bro, I had a feeling the Mavs were gonna brush up on money.
Man,
on that
I-
shit.
Holy
knew it.
I called
Santa Claus
I called
shit.
Luka. Look at that. I called Luka winning it too. I said I feel like Luka might win it.
Bro, look at that boy. Bro.
Holy Santa
How
Claus
much
shit.
points Luka has?
30. Bro, you know he's averaging more than MJ?
Holy
in his career?
shit.
Bro, I got
Luka.
Luka beating the Warriors, and I got Celtics versus Mavs. Jason Tatum wins it all.
Luka beating the Warriors.
I don't know about that, man.
Bro, they had John Morant going crazy. What do you think Luka's gonna do?
Yeah, that's true.
What do you
yeah.
think Luka's gonna
I know,
do?
but once
Yeah.
they need to click. No, you're not
Step
gonna
back, step
click.
back,
Bro,
double
you-
step back,
I feel like they're
double
gonna
step.
click.
They
They're
got
gonna
no.
click.
Who they got guarding Luka? No, he's busting
Okay.
everyone's ass. He's gonna bust
Bro.
everyone's ass, literally.
Curry. Who guarded Curry?
Who's guarding Curry? Bro, honestly,
Thank
bro,
you. Brunson has no. Brunson.
Brunson low-key like
Brunson
that.
sucks. Brunson Curry
sucks.
Curry. I got
Stop
you,
it.
Mike. Curry's gonna dog that guy, bro.
I low-key got that going.
Poole.
I got that going 7, low-key.
Poole.
I got it going 7.
Alright.
Poole's ass on defense.
He
Bro,
is-
that boy got put in a
Bro,
spin
what-
cycle by John Morant.
Bro, once
That
they
boy
all
has
click,
fun.
once they all click, that Warriors team is on. You can't beat them.
Bro, that defense is dog shit. I'm gonna be honest.
That's even better.
I
Warriors
had
gonna
the
have
Warriors
this
winning
easy.
it all.
Warriors gonna easy.
Celtics in 6 or 7. Warriors in 5 or 6. Warriors in the finals win in 5 or 6.
Versus Boston.
Yep.
I got Heat. Bro. Why do you have no faith in Miami?
What's your prediction?
I got Warriors, Heat, and
The series prediction. What's the first round? Celtics versus Heat. What do you got? In 6 and 5.
I got it in, to be for real, 6.
And then Warriors, Mavs.
Warriors, Mavs. I can see it going 7.
So you got who wins 7?
The Warriors winning in Game 7.
And then you got Heat, Warriors.
I got Heat, Warriors. And I'm gonna say, damn, man. Heat, Warriors. Warriors. I got the I know I got the Heat winning Game 5. Heat winning Game 7. Heat winning Game 7.
Versus the
Jimmy
Warriors.
Butler winning Finals MVP.
Completely wrong.
Completely correct.
That's the worst.
Game 7, Warriors, Heat. Jimmy
Like I
Butler's
said.
playing in Miami Arena. Oh my God.
I got Celtics beating the Heat in 5. I got Warriors, Dallas, Mavs in 7. And I got Celtics beating the Mavs in 6. Jason Tatum gets that ring. He gets that Finals MVP. But Jason Tatum's like that, bro. He's like that.
I
Jason
agree.
Tatum really is like that. Hey, I'm working on a surprise off camera.
Whatever.
Jason Tatum, top 5.
Bro, Jason Tatum.
Top 3 possibly.
That's gonna be the great dude. I can't wait to see that.
Bro,
Oh my God,
Jason
Tuesday.
Tatum, he has a possibility. He beat KD and Giannis.
That's crazy.
Man, Jimmy Butler's a nobody. Who cares?
What the fuck?
That's easy.
That guy's a baller, man. He's gonna lock up.
Then
He's
I
gonna
got-
lock up Jason Tatum. PJ Tucker.
Then he's
is
gonna be. I low key think it's gonna be young star versus young star. Luka versus Tatum. I honestly believe that.
So
But-
you're saying, oh, Eric Spoelstra is not gonna go crazy?
No. But I
He
don't
got
believe.
snobbed for the
I don't
coach of the year.
believe. I don't believe in the Heat.
Hey, I'm not a Heat fan, but I'm supporting the Heat through this. I'm supporting the
I'm
Heat through this.
supporting. Even though I wanted Giannis to win, I'm supporting Jason Tatum.
I love Jason Tatum, man. He's a Kobe. He messes with Kobe, but I don't think
But can we talk about?
this is his perfect time to win it all. If I do say so myself, this is his
So
perfect
you
time to win
think
it all.
who do you think is the best playoff performers so far? Second
Best
round.
playoff performers right now.
Out of the second round, who's the best?
Jason Tatum.
Giannis needs to get better in that series. Easily.
Dude,
Giannis dropped 43 times.
he didn't finish.
MVP of the playoffs right now is Luka.
Luka's up there. I
Yeah,
was gonna say Luka or Giannis. But low key, Giannis is just too much a better defender. I'm putting Giannis over Luka right now.
Yeah, bro, even in the
offensively, he
loss
wasn't
today,
shooting good
bro.
at all the whole series, man.
If the Bucks had Middleton, they win that series.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, look.
Yeah,
as soon
I
as
guess.
I figure out, look, as a Heat fan, right? I would have rather played the Celtics if Middleton was healthy. But since Middleton's out, I would have actually rather played the Bucks without Middleton than the Celtics right now.
That's true.
Yeah, you're right.
Bro,
Yo,
Giannis,
Middleton's a fucking baller, bro.
Giannis
Okay,
dropped 43 times. You know who's done that? Shaq and Kareem. Only.
So wait, what's your guys' series for the Celtics and Heat? What's your?
I said Celtics in 5.
Celtics and I'm saying 6.
Celtics in 5. Jason Tatum bust that ass.
Yeah, Celtics
I got
win.
Jason Tatum busting that
I
ass.
can't wait.
And
Bro,
Jalen
I
Brown.
can't wait. James, bro, Jimmy's gonna fuck this. He's gonna
Bro,
fuck
Jimmy's
us
gonna
up.
get exposed.
Jimmy's gonna
Tyler
dog
Hero-
him.
Tyler Hero's only good when you're winning. When there's the possession to possession, slow pace game, neck and neck. Tyler Hero never shows
Bro,
up.
the
He
Heat's
never
surrounded.
shows
The
up.
Heat's surrounded by undrafted players.
Oh,
And look where they're
okay,
at.
yeah,
Look where they're at.
You think they're gonna beat Jason Tatum, a prodigy? A
Dude,
fucking
look where they're
prodigy?
at. Look where they're at with the
Jason
team that they
Tatum's a
have.
prodigy right now.
Bro, he's not gonna handle the.
Bro, you
he's
saw
not gonna
what he
handle the
got-
Miami Heat's defense aggressiveness and they're in the way to
Bro.
play tight on everything and make adjustments, man. I do agree that the Celtics are the better complete team. They have everyone up
Jason Tatum a dog.
through every position, but I don't think I don't think they have the chemistry as good as
Bro,
Miami.
Jason Tatum
At all.
just beat Giannis and KD. He's beating Jimmy Butler.
Bro,
I'm sorry.
Didn't they? I know that he beat the 76ers, but with a full
Embiid
James
missed
Harden. With a full, I know, but that's still something.
Embiid missed 2 games, and
He
Embiid
did.
was hurt the last 4 games. That nigga, bro,
You can't.
his
don't
finger
count out the
broke.
Heat, man.
His fucking eyeball's about to fall off. I don't know what was I don't know what was happening, bro. He had to go to the hospital after that series. He literally went straight to the hospital. I don't know what happened.
They broke his face, man.
But literally. So, yes, he's beating Jimmy Butler. Jason Tatum just beat Giannis and KD, the 2 best players in the world. He's gonna beat Jimmy Butler.
Hey, I'm not saying don't get fooled.
Simple.
Bam,
Damn.
Bam is gonna go crazy on Al Horford.
Bam-
First off,
You saw what Al Horford was doing, bro.
dude, that guy's a clown.
Bro,
Dude.
that boy.
That guy's a clown. Dude.
Al Horford, shout out Jordan, bro.
But I fuck with his effort. He showed effort. He showed a lot of effort.
Al Horford is a generational talent. Generational.
That's my Polo Boricua, man.
He's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, Puerto Rican Nelson.
Al Horford's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Cat?
He's got a white ass name.
No, Cat's Dominican. That's European.
We don't know. I don't accept him, man. That guy
What?
sucks. I don't accept that guy.
Cat?
Yeah, Cat blows.
Bro, Cat forward. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Memphis and Timberwolves pissed me off. That shit pissed me off.
You think the Timberwolves could have won that?
Bro, they lost what? Out of the 4 games they lost, 3 of them they had
Yeah,
the lead.
yeah.
They had the lead on 3 of them. Voted.
They were getting too like.
Bro, it was
They're getting cocky, man. They were
No.
celebrating and stuff and all this shit. all
what
the time.
happened was it was at the end it became too much isolation. I feel like
Yeah.
with Cat, Edwards, and D'Lo. Not even D'Lo. D'Lo was low key kind of like he was scared to shoot low key, bro. That boy was always pump faking, driving past him. He
Literally.
kept doing that whole series. I remember. He kept pump faking everyone. Like people were jumping at him.
D'Lo?
Yeah.
There's no way Luka's going crazy.
Bro, I think like a few games he shot under 10 field goals, bro.
Yeah.
He wasn't aggressive at all, which is alright, cause like Edwards gotta be the main guy, to be honest. And then Cat is supposed to be number 2, but
That guy's he shows up whenever he wants to show up, bro. He can. I don't know, man. I don't. As a big man, I'll take a Embiid any day. Healthy Embiid, but Embiid hasn't been healthy.
okay, let's say. Okay, so everything that happened so far, do you see any big off-season changes just because of these playoffs? Like people leaving? Do you see anyone leaving anywhere?
Let me see.
People getting traded? Do you think any teams are gonna like try to like let's say the Nets? Who do you think the Nets are gonna move? Are the Sixers gonna move anyone?
I don't think the Nets are moving anything. I feel like once they play with Ben Simmons, they're gonna for sure do excellent.
So you think KD, Kyrie, and Ben Simmons are all gonna play next year?
Oh yeah,
together?
for sure. Yeah.
I think someone's moving.
Nah.
And I think someone's gonna move, bro. I don't know.
Either that or contract adjustments, but I don't think anything else.
I think someone's moving.
But have you heard recently Kyrie? They said I think they're about to take his Nike shit away.
Not even taken away.
Or like
it's
he has a year
expired.
left. Yeah.
It's an
But
expired.
they don't want to accept another contract.
I don't want to extend him because he's too controversial.
Yeah, it's fucking up the brand, I guess. Well, what are you doing over there, man?
Hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about what I'm doing.
I'm gonna check real quick the time. But keep talking, Eric.
No, but
We're good. It's still recording.
Is Luka really like that to drop these guys off, man? These
Yes.
the
Luka, not gonna lie, Luka's.
I'm gonna lie, bro. I was watching the games. He was destroyed. Like they leave him isolated all the time.
Bro, what I like about Luka, low key, maybe when people talk shit to him, he talks back.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Like with Devin Booker.
They call him Baby Bird.
Last year with that 1 year with Harold, Montrezl Harrell,
Yeah.
with the Clippers, and
Yeah.
low key.
Oh, he called him a bitch ass white boy.
Yeah, he called him a white boy.
Bro.
And Luka, Luka went fucking off that series.
So he's averaging 40.
I think like 34, 35, something crazy.
That's crazy, bro. I don't think they made it this far. I don't think the Mavs made it this far since 2011.
Yeah, it's dirty.
That's ridiculous. International.
Bro, that's bad,
All
bro.
internationals, man.
Eric. But the AK-47 ever played with the Mavs?
Nah, he was
Who's
in the Mavs.
AK-47? What?
Andre Kirilenko.
Oh.
I don't know, AK-47? That's probably the best nickname.
Yeah, it is. AK-47.
That shit hard. That's his initials and his jersey number.
Was it LeBron called the other dude? It was another gun. I forgot his name. Austin Reeves, AR-15. That was pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie.
AR-15. But low key, that's too touchy right now. That's
It
too
is.
touchy.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's not funny, bro.
That's not, no. It's not cool, right, JJ?
No, that's not
Right,
cool.
you didn't want to commit
No
genocide
white-
somewhere else, right?
We're not calling any white boy AR-15, alright?
Right, no, that's not.
Especially what just happened. We're
Yeah,
not-
especially what's happening.
We can't call any
It's
white
not
boy.
a funny issue at this moment.
So yeah, LeBron needs to take that statement back ASAP.
Cancel LeBron.
You think Russell Westbrook's gonna stay?
Russell Westbrook?
Yeah, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, I think they just get rid of Frank Vogel because of that. I think they had to choose between Frank Vogel or Russell. They picked Russell.
Vogel.
I think they picked Russell. They're getting rid of Vogel.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I think they picked Russell with Vogel. I'll be
They
honest.
should get Chauncey as a coach.
But I'm not gonna lie. I saw some reports that hurt. You know what they're saying?
What?
They're saying Levine to the Lakers.
You're lying.
They're saying that
For Westbrook?
that's a big possibility. I don't even know. Maybe a sign.
Anthony Davis.
No, they should.
I think Levine's gonna be a free agent.
Anthony Davis wants to go to Chicago.
So they're gonna sign another
This
player.
is Levine's last year.
So 4 people.
If he can move and maybe sign and trade.
No way. That's a bro. Why do they? What's your opinion on super teams?
My opinion on them.
Yeah.
As long as there are multiple super teams, so to say, I'm alright with it.
I feel like
Just
duos.
one big ass super team.
I feel it should be a 1-2 punch.
Low key,
Three is too much.
it's low key been like the 1-2 punch era since the Warriors got out. Low key.
Yeah.
Just think about it. It was LeBron, AD, Kyrie,
Yeah.
Leonard, PG. Jesus Christ. Leonard, PG.
Yeah.
Who else? There was more people. There's more. I can't think of them.
Well, we could say Moran and Jaren Jackson, right?
But low key is like Desmond Bain. Desmond Bain is fire.
Bain,
I think
bro.
it goes crazy.
His arms are tiny,
So he low key did like a little
like a little
stocky.
T-Rex.
He looks stocky.
Yeah, that's what it
But
is.
he's tall. He's a 6'5" Kyle Lowry.
Jesus.
He's a 6'5" Kyle Lowry. That's who that's like, bro. Air Lowry's.
Air Lowry's. No.
Air Canada.
That's VC.
Vince Carter. Hey, I'm gonna give you. Okay, so Vince Carter is actually.
Exactly.
JJ.
What?
Vince Carter is actually.
You said Vince Carter or Zach LaVine?
He's the better player.
Zach LaVine.
Will or Giannis?
Giannis.
Taking Giannis.
Taking Giannis. Gilbert Arenas or Damian Lillard? Low-key taking Gilbert. I'm taking Gilbert Arenas.
Gilbert Arenas or Damian
I'm
Lillard?
taking Damian Lillard.
I'm taking Arenas.
Damian Lillard?
I'm taking Gilbert. You need to watch the highlights.
We need. Oh my God.
We're gonna have a video of us watching Gilbert Arenas and Damian Lillard highlights, and we will discuss this.
Yeah, it'll be right here.
We'll be watching it right here, guys.
Fuck
Gilbert
that
Arenas-
shit.
It'll be right here on the
Trying
eye.
to do too
It'll
much.
be right here on the eye. It'll pop up right now.
Gilbert Arenas is better. Chasey McGrady or PG?
Tracy McGrady or PG?
PG.
Tracy McGrady, boy.
He has a longer career.
Or Paul George?
Yes, like, who's better?
Tracy McGrady.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Okay, let
no.
me go better. PG or Tatum?
PG.
Tatum. Tatum. PG's not beating Brooklyn. PG's not beating Bucks.
Why are you saying that? Why are you saying his team though? They said PG.
Okay, I'm just saying he's not beating these people.
So you think if you
So if you put Paul George, put prime Paul George instead of Jason Tatum, how good they're doing? They're doing worse.
They're doing way better.
They're doing worse.
They're doing way better.
If you put prime Paul George on the Celtics,
The
instead of
Pacers,
Tatum,
Paul George.
whichever year was his best year. The Pacers, some people say it's low-key that year in OKC when
yeah,
he
he was
was
third MVP voting.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
the OKC year, but Paul and the Pacers was more athletic. I give him that, but he was low-key like getting buckets in OKC.